Hi everybody, my name is Parmes. I'm early childhood educator and also I'm teacher assistant and also I'm teaching these important courses. I'm in early childhood education and education for special needs children to adult at college. So, with a few years' experience in this field, today I want to talk about the things I learned about behavioral data collection in early childhood special education. In this presentation, I will explain how early childhood special education teachers collect and use behavior data. Behavioral data helps us understand why students behave the way they do instead of guessing or judging them or reacting emotionally. We use information to make thoughtful decisions that support students' success socially, emotionally, and academically, and also our class. The first topic I want to talk about it is how behavioral data supports a positive classroom environment, which is really important for teachers. Collecting behavioral data helps us identify patterns, which means when does behavior happen, understand triggers, which means what happens before it, why that behavior happened, and identify the purpose of behavior. Was it attention? Was it escaping of something? Was it sensory? For example, if a child throws materials every day during math time, data might show the behavior only happens when the task is too difficult. Instead of punishing the child, we adjust instruction and make it more fun and interesting for the child. Then teacher use data. When classrooms feel calmer, students feel understood, behavior plans become proactive instead of reactive. This creates a safer and more positive classroom for everyone. Now I want to talk about 3 methods of collecting behavioral data. The first method I searched about it and I learned is ABC chart, which is antecedent, behavior, and consequence. In this method, we are recording what happened before the behavior itself, what happened after. For example, before a teacher asks student to clean up, behavior, student screamed. After, student was sent to calm corner. This helps us understand why the behavior happened. And what's the benefit of this? It helps us determine the function of behavior. Another method, which is second method, is frequency and duration recording. Frequency we see how many times behavior happens. Duration, how long it lasts. For example, a student leaves their seat 10 times during reading. We can track progress over time and see if strategies are working. What's the benefit of this method? Easy to measure improvement. And the other method, which is method 3, technology tool like Google's Forms or ClassDojo, digital tools allow teachers to record behavior in real time. automatically create graphs, share data with families or specialists. For example, using Google Forms to log behavior incidents during the day and review weekly patterns. And what's the benefit? It's saving time and increasing accuracy. And now I want to talk about factors that can affect accurate data collection. Behavioral, behavioral data may not be accurate if the teacher is stressed or emotional. The behavior is not clearly defined. Different staff record differently. Culturally, misunderstanding exists. The environment is chaotic. To improve accuracy, we should use clear definitions. For example, out of sit means both feet off chair. Train staff. Collect data across different settings. And number 4, I want to talk about importance of collaborating with families. Families know the child best. They can tell us about their sleep patterns, their changes at home, cultural expectations, medical or sensory needs. For example, a child who appears tired and irritable at school may not be sleeping well at home. When we communicate with families, we avoid blaming the child. We understand the full picture. We're not judging. We create consistent supports. Family input makes interventions stronger and more respectful. And the number 5 steps I want to talk about it is creating common behavior goals with families. To work together, we create simple goals. For example, use words instead of hitting 4 out of 5 times. Share strategies used at school. Provide visual charts families can use at home. Schedule regular checks in. Consistency between home and school helps children improve faster. Now I want to talk about the range age from birth to preschool versus kindergarten to grade 3 data collection. For birth to preschool, I have to say mostly observation during play when the children are playing, developmental checklist, focus on emotional regulation, family input is very important. For example, observing how a toddler transitions between activities. And for the range of kindergarten to grade 3, I have to say more structured tracking. Students can reflect on behavior. Academic and behavior connection is clearer. For example, tracking of task behavior during writing time. Younger children require natural observation. Older students can participate in self-monitoring. And in step number 7, I'm going to talk about children with and without exceptionalities. Children without exceptionalities, general classroom behavior tracking, Tier 1 support, short-term monitoring, and with exceptionalities, individualized tracking aligned with IEP goals, more frequent data collection, adjusted tools like visual supports, shorter observation periods. For example, for a nonverbal student, Behavior may be recorded using picture symbols instead of written responses. Data must match a child's developmental level to be valid. And to put everything in a nutshell, behavioral data collection helps us understand behavior, prevent problems, support inclusion, improve learning outcomes. When teachers collect data carefully and work with families, they create structured, supportive classrooms where all students can succeed. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. You learned something. I tried to make it simple as can be. And thank you for listening to me.